Team 1 could be eliminating Meisterschaft champions. They came here through the National Championship circuit, and now they could be going out in last place again at the Intel Extreme Masters. It will be Mirage, our third and final map of the series, with Sprout starting things off on the CT side. Team 1 with a big one, an opportunity that presents itself now with a pistol round going live.
A very heavy stack out towards this A side to start things off, and for Team 1, it could just be the simple set piece.
Slacks into the USPs, watching the back lines, takes space in, sees mobs coming up first and foremost. It's him and XNS. They get those trades, 2 for 1 to their favor. Maluki also strikes in with the P250. Cressy with 1 trade, needs to get so much more, but his accuracy just isn't there. 1v3 now for Spiddy.
Jeez, they've been excellent when it comes to some of these pistol rounds for Team 1. Situation in which he's got a kit, he's got a nade, but really 1v3, it's going to be tough.
And nade missed out there, bounced on top of the default box, went back towards fire. And the default, they're going to remain relatively unscathed. Watching, just trying to make his face up, making a lot of noise towards us. They know where he is, obviously. There's not really much he can do in terms of secrecy. As soon as he takes face out in the open, everyone swings. Exactly on cue. PRT does lose his life, but Pesadillo wins the round.
Now, we know that for Team 1 coming into this matchup today, they're currently on a 5-map winning streak of Mirage, and it was also the first map of the series of the best of 5 against Extra Soul in the Premier Finals that got them into Pro League, and it was their map pick. So we know that they do have some very good competence out in Mirage, and it's got to come with this start. Sprout, they are going to be force buying going into round 2.
And Deagle's out, Scout in. 4th Deagle for Cressy, so a bit of a Deagle force buy overall. And we have seen Slack do some impressive stuff with that Scout over the course of this matchup. Can he do so right here? Straight into the mid control. Missed smoke there for the CT side, didn't extinguish the incendiary either, so fortunately no one from Team 1 has pushed up that far, so they're just going to maintain position.
Team 1 just having a little bit of an approach out towards the apartments to start the round off. They're now going to start regrouping out towards the A site. We know that even for XNS being quite deep in from Palace has not been pushed off aggressively. 3 players out towards the B site. Bit of a gamble here for Sprout.
Just walking up slowly. Slacks his Scout, still seen. Flashing from Pesadello. Good shot, missed out. Straight baited in instead by the shoulder and by the flash support it. Molotov towards Dark as one player starts swinging in from the Palace control. His 3 teammates out of the ramp position, so he's mostly going to rest on Farvin here in the CT spawn. Oh, sorry, excuse me, at the firebox. Far pressed up. They haven't checked it just yet. I imagine they will do so though.
It all just comes down. Does he peek before? Does at least drop that bomb, looking to follow up, but it won't get any more than that. There's a big lurk going out for the B side there. The wraps back in, but the Deagles are doing a lot of damage, and PRT gets caught off.
Spinny with 2 massive frags. Pesadello on the very, very long flank here, all the way out towards the B side, seen by Slacks, who gets his own headshot with the Scout, and an instant response from Sprout with the pistol.
And any time you've got one of those big backstabs out from the B site and you're taking A, you've got to have the confidence that the site's going to be taken, that it's going to be completely overwhelmed, and you've got the time to waste to allow that backstab to come in. You can't expect Pesadillo to win the round.
Yeah, way too much for him to work with, and the shooting from the Deagles were fantastic, from Spiddy especially. What a shot on PRT. And it all started with a Deagle up a firebox, so credit where it's due, because that round couldn't have been winnable without Farvin opening things up. Molbs, however, can do similar damage with his own Deagle. Dennis, though before he even hits the floor out of mid, SMG from Farvin will follow suit with a response frag onto Maluki, so 4 versus 4.
Slacks, I don't know how he really gets out of here. Just put a smoke down, try and get a little bit of cover.
Oh,
Malbs! That's his 2nd of the round.
Spiddy will get another response in against Pesadillo, but Molbs is still in play, so for Team 1, that Danger Man grab that bomb and start rotating into the B site. Cressy is probably going to hear some of these footsteps soon. He's still on the short control, so he's going to be the man to defend.
Yeah, Farfin with this backstab too. If he starts clearing out the top mid position, they can start just sending over to the B side, but it might be too late.
Khalil just below the window, going to make his way out towards fan position. Will he boost up, start looking in towards Balk? I think he might just do so. 2 players seen, spray transfers, holds it together, hip Sprout. 1v3 for XNS. Does get one more good Deagle shot to return. Doesn't grab that bomb on his way back downstairs though, so going to give some CTs a bit of breathing room and a bit of time. Turns like Galil trying to get another kill back on towards the SMG of Farvin, but tagged up the 35 on 2 contact faces. Eventually, he should get worn down by Farvin here. No, he wins that fight actually. He's going against Spiddy. Not going to happen. You thought for a second there was a headshot there, but not to be.
It was decent crosshair placement, but with him just being as low as it was, very difficult situation. Mouth. A couple of really decent Deagle kills coming in from him, but even with that 4v3 advantage, they couldn't trade out the van player quick enough.
A Deagle-based game here. Good round from Deagles from Sprout. Good round from Deagles from Team 1. Brought it down to a 1v1, so credit again because it's damaged that Sprout will not be able to recover at this moment. $250 on several players. No money for Slacks buying into the AWP against the Eco, of course, for Team 1. The SMG for Farvan can get a lot of money here in Palace. He's only one player to find, but he's also got 4 more back at ramp, and they're going to go out quick here.
This is a perfect opportunity to just trade out the SMG, try and get the bomb down on the site. Malbs. Oh, spots him again. The Deagle finds that entry. They need a little bit more of a follow-up. They've got to get that trade onto Dennis. They can't quite do so, but the bomb's getting planted.
And just hold it together. 4 versus 2 on the retake. Pesadillo turns that SMG into a kill back now for the T side line, but Slacks responds towards PRT, so it's all left to Pest. Seen there towards the top end of the balcony position. Spitty gets that frag in for the 3-1 start for Sprout, but a rifle buy coming in from Team 1.
That's still very expensive. Being able to get a couple of kills on a Farfan and Dennis, you don't really have a lot of upgrades and a bomb plant. Team 1, they could be very happy with what they achieved.
Very nice indeed. Sprout, again, up by a margin. The guns can come through for them on the T-side line. A chance still to reset, I think. The buyback's going to be a little bit weird. There will be some lopsidedness to the money line here for Sprout. We should be seeing the full guns out.
And there's not going to be reset potential for everyone, but Dennis is going to be relatively low. I think Speedy's going to chuck over a rifle to him instead. And just make sure they sort of even out that economy the best they can. Now get Dennis on that M4, Team 1 buying back in with the AKs. And you've got to wonder with this mid default, how aggressive are they going to get? Because they're finding a fair bit of success out from mid.
Nice nade on Molds, takes the 73 points of HP. AK spray, smokes at the ready. Wolves has that mid presence behind the stack, but Farvan has the Palace presence here on the push. He's aggressed so far forward. XNS is going to be able to read this here. They haven't got anyone out towards ramp or spawn, so depends on who peeks first and who looks away.
Now, Farfan's got a great position to work with now, but he's got to be careful that he doesn't ask for too much. Dennis facing a fair bit of resistance out in this connected position. A couple of players up towards short, but they're not looking over, and it allows Dennis to get the first and just fall back.
I thought he fell back behind the smoke at the connected position, but not to be. Maluki falling first. Sprout looking for a second man, but Mobs again with a swing back. AUG can respond to it. He's very low HP. Doubles up for Cressy's part. Triple involved. He's looking the wrong way for it. Here's the man dropping down now. Or does he? Well, now he's going to get bailed out, and Cressy does find that triple as Dennis falls. It's left to Pesadillo again to clutch.
Yeah, Cressy has been a madman with some of these multi-frag rounds out to the B side, just playing the anchor role. Pesadillo just hoping that he can get away with a little bit of something. Doesn't at least bait out the orbit, but Cressy ends up with 4 in the round, and I wonder if that starts filtering Team 1 a little bit more over towards the A side, especially if Cressy keeps playing like that. Yeah,
7 kills in this matchup thus far. He's been a star in the early game. And I love that the way he played contact peaks. You know? It wasn't like he just wanted to full send forward and try to see if he can force the issue. No, he actually used his teammates as well. Like, Spiddy fell first and foremost. He got the trade, got the second player. Unfortunately, baited in Dennis to fall back on this third pick, but ultimately just peeking off contact, winning out the positions, and Team 1 had no idea where to see him coming from. So 4-1. Tech9's in for the half buy now for the T side.
Yeah, Pesadillo just trying to have a little bit of control out from mid, but everyone's in the apartments.
Yeah, Pesadillo's playing distraction. It's a full-blown pistol Exy. Get the bomb down on default if you can. Cressy and Spiddy again here to suppress it. Incendiary will try to do the damage of it. Spray through, onto 2, comes up. Headshots are plenty. Triple up for Spiddy in this one. Cressy's not even required, although he will get one little piece of the pie. Pesadillo trying to fight valiantly from short, but only gets damage.
These rounds have been over really quickly, and it starts getting me worried for Team 1. Not so much just in the scoreline, but just in momentum and confidence, thinking how wrecked some of these rounds have been.
Well, you think about, like, map 1 in Nuke. Where was the most of the success coming from Team 1? It wasn't about the early round. Yeah, it was about the trades. It was about the late round. So if they're losing in the early portions of the opening kills, then that's something to be concerned about, I think, for these guys. And I think they've recognized it at this moment. Tactical timeout coming in from Team 1.
It's a smart decision here. Just take the tactical, take a little bit of a breather, realize you're not in the best of situations at all. But even in terms of money reset, they're going to have to really work hard to string rounds together. If they want to just destroy the bank, we know that Slacks is up towards nearly 8k, Cressy's up at 6, Speedy, Dennis, and Farfan are a little bit lower for those 3, but all in all, there's a lot of money for them to work with.
Yeah. Rebuy in from both sides again. Sprouts. AWP in on Slacks. Maluki's AWP set here towards the ramp boost. Seen one player crossing. Couldn't connect his shot, unfortunately. Slacks Try face in towards this short position instead. See Mold's second face gets the kill in. So, nicely done.
He has been very defensive, hasn't he, Slacks, over the course of the series. And I love that he's not too overconfident. You know, not getting that 5-on-4 and thinking, I just want another peak, I just want another fight. Instead, take the man advantage, play the numbers game, fall back and be passive.
Yeah, in theory, that's like the ideal way to play the AWP, at least when it comes to, like, you know, realistic tactics. Because, you know, in any other sniper situation, you would find your pick, reposition, find another one, reposition.
Yep.
So I love that Slacks is making it work so well against Team 1. We saw it in Dust 2 as well. Here on Mirage, it started off the round and it's forced Team 1 to go passive themselves.
And this is where, again, do they start spiraling back in towards that B site and back in towards Cressy, because he is just continuing to get multi-kills.
Maluki's going to be the man to challenge him directly into the apartments. X and S are going to try face in. Slacks actually looks towards the apt position instead. Sees the Molotov, sees the gun barrel, gets the kill on the man. Now the AUG with it. A little bit to do, sees the boost up of PRT, takes face in against him, sprays up. Can't catch the secondary kill. Pesadillo and Maluki get those trades on the B site. So it's kind of opened up here, but as the trades come in towards the connector control, Pesadillo left with all the clutch to do once again. He's been in a lot of clutch scenarios so far here on Mirage. 1v3 with AWP in hand, 44 HP. Might secure the bomb plant, but everything else is going to be a bit too much.
Yeah, going quite quickly out from market, no messing about. They won't deny that bomb for going down. Does get away with one, but no more than that. It's just good positioning coming through from Sprout, not letting those picks be isolated. So as soon as that pick comes in, instant trade.
This is the most confident start we've seen from Sprout so far in this series, which is already concerning to me, because we talk about, hey, Sprout are not great on this map, but they play in Europe, versus Team 1 who are great in this map, but they play in North America. So Europe seems to trump all at this particular moment. This is going swimmingly for the CT side. Is there something more for Team 1 to find?
You'd hope so. You really hope that they don't just drop the ball when we start getting into the pressure of map 3, especially when it does come down to Mirage. 17 times played for Sprout the last 3 months, less than a 30% win rate on it. Out towards the A site, Exy, maybe back to basics, keep it simple.
Have yet to see a set piece, so why not? Warping a Slacks watching, takes contact, kill on mobs first and foremost. They don't even peek ahead of the flashbang, no smokes down to the CT spawn at all. And what was looking like a set piece setup is not that in any sort of fashion. 2 kills immediately on dry faces in Team 1. Now they're just starting to look sloppy. Yeah,
it was just dry, wasn't it? And even that situation, Slacks has been so on point over the course of this series and just not giving up his life as well. Continuing to be back passive out from CT, get on top of Ticket, look into Connector, and where do you go in a 2v5? You need an absolute miracle.
Okay, seen. Farven gets his kill. Maluki in a 1 versus 5. Does at least catch Dennis for 1 frag. Almost the second. Okay. There it is. 2 on the clutch, but so much more to do, and he's being naded down to 59 points of health. So Molotov will drive Farven out of position. Flashbang in for him though in the peak, and that's perfectly timed there from Spitty. Recognizing the danger, getting his teammate out of dodge. Kill coming in for the 7-1 scoreline for Sprout.
Yeah, they're putting some rounds up really, really quickly. And even in the rounds that Team 1 are winning, they're not getting post plants. They're not getting the bomb down. The Slacks, again, just having a pretty easy time. And if you would go back and maybe watch the demo and just have a look at the POV of Slacks, there are so many of the kills he gets where he's not even flashed. I mean, not even just getting blinded or forced back by util.
Allowed free reign to let this AWP run wild. Same thing with Spitty as well, who's taken the top fragging mantle alongside Cressy here on the CT side. Team 1 back down to basics again to the half by Deagles, Tech 9s. Nothing else for them. U2 inbound of the smokes down. Further pressure being applied here by Team 1.
Yeah, Dennis is just waiting for the boost up. Waiting to get a little bit of an edge, bit of an information gathering out from window. Timing though, Pesadillo may just quite go the other way.
Molotov's in, flashes forward, he does sneak forward and does catch Slack, so there's an AWP to play with. 1 man left on the A side defensive. Farven, very back passive, has got to smoke off the CT spawn cross. The AK Dennis, however, catches that AWP to drop, so the only rifle taken out of play. At least they get a bomb plant for this. The trades are going the way of the CT forces, though. Mold's getting caught off next up here at the ticker booth. 2 left standing. Taps forward to the 1 left standing. X and S. Nothing he can do.
Just hoping to play time, maybe catch off a couple of the stragglers. Sprout Have let this bomb tick for a little while. The Deagle is still doing damage here. How much more can he find out of this one? They're looking in. The NWP's not quite finding the shot. The Molly's going to force him forward. The retake does come on, but for a moment there, you can see a little bit of magic coming in.
Yeah, that did start to look a little bit dicey and a little bit spicy with the Deagle upstairs, but Sprout able to maintain it, take 8-1 at the half, and Sprout is still finding no luck. Yes, that was a half by round from them with a bomb plant, sure, and decent damage being done. So in terms of that one isolated round, it's good. But in context of the overall matchup, like, they need to find so much more.
Take that another tactical, take another just mental breather. Sprout, is this where we start having the conversation of, okay, they're back? Because something that I was sort of seeing from them in map 1 and map 2 was it was a decent-looking Sprout, but it wasn't the Sprout that we know can perform to a high level. And now I look at them out of Mirage, and I think to myself, they're really giving it to Team 1.
Yeah, they are so much better compared to the rest of the series, but I also feel like Team 1 have regressed in a couple of cases. Again, they were looking towards that A set piece, and then they just started dry-facing out in the open. You know, like, that doesn't make any sense. Love to see a set piece at some point here from Team 1. They are yet to pull it out, neither on B or A. They've been playing defaults and hoping for aggressive faces, but neither of those have come through.
Yeah, Dennis does get mollied out towards Connector, and that's going to just force him forward, and honestly, just makes it an info gather at this point. He sees nothing.
Maluki tagged up here by CT Nade. Slight HP advantage for Sprout as a result of that. No kills in from either side, though, and Team 1 know they're going to try a different style here. Passive, with a lot of presence into the apartments, but downstairs into underpass where the first kill does get baited away by Slacks. He can't land the shot.
Now, they still hold an aggressive mid stance, though. They establish a bit of a crossfire. Dennis now looking towards underpass. Orpin Connector up to top mid. And for Team 1, they might try and retake this top mid position.
Mob's setting up the window smoke, so it does indicate they want to go towards that mid control. Slacks has been seen by Pesadillo. I think that gun barrel's just sneaking out there. Flashbang in, Dennis able to get the kill on the man. Finally open things up in this round. The AWP still watching Maluki. Can't see anything. He's forced back. Farthen in dark, now waiting for the T side. One jump face. Slacks is now repositioned to look towards the A defensive, because it's where the majority of Team 1 players are coming in from. Smoke down and suppressed. M4 still waiting. AK takes swing. Malbs wins it out. PRT being spotted. Slacks is going to get the kill in, and Farthen's just waiting patiently. All he's got to do is hold and only strike when he absolutely needs to. From that, Sprout can win the round.
Oh, they've got to go. They're running out of time at this point, and Farfan just baiting. He's just trying to make sure that he's the undetected entity.
Not AWP watching, knows there's a player out there. Farthen finally strikes, gets the kill on Molbs. Flash in against the AWP. Slack's going to get pushed on a position. XMS drops in, but Farthen drops him. And it's Maluki, 1 versus 4. He's been stellar in this series, but not in this round, as Sprout take another one to 9-1.
Oh boy, this is rough. Really rough for the Brazilians, because we're seeing the adaptations. We're seeing the differences that can be in terms of pace, a little bit quicker, a little bit slower, set piecey at times, more defaults out towards mid, but in so many of these situations, they're not getting opening man advantages.
Yeah, this is starting to get a bit out of control now for Team 1. T side has really gone awry. In the nades smokes, so pressing in towards that sniper's nest early, but now Team 1 want to go for the set piece. Now they want to go back to basics here. Let's see whether this can work out. It's down to Connector jungle, the stairs angle as well. CT smoked off by Farthen instead, who gets a bit more of an advanced smoke to try and look for information, and a kill almost catches it on PRT. Slacks instead opens things up with his AWP, and Dennis brings out wide to catch PRT. XNS found by Farthen as well, and set piece me not. Maluki, Molds, last couple of players left. They will get one trade on Farthen, but surely they can't get this round.
They've done a lot of damage. Slacks is down low, Cressy even further. Maluki can't win the fight out towards jungle. Malms gets the trade back, but he's got a clutch.
Cressy's on 3 HP. If he can get that kill, there's a chance against Slacks, but if the AWP strikes first, I feel like Malms will have a difficult time about this. 27 HP for his own name as well. This is not looking good for him. Team 1 have brought it back to a winnable position, though.
Oh, they're playing this so carefully, Sprout. Both out towards CT. And for Malbs, how does he try and fake it? Smoke down towards the A site itself, buy himself some cover.
They're going to push forward of it, though. Cressy, AWP in hand, pistol out. Seen the man, headshot, perfect. Oh, Malbs has got it! 3 kills at last. Second round for Team 1.
Oh, that's probably one of the bigger clutches we've seen from Team 1 over the course of this series, getting a CT smoke down from jungle, trying to force them forward, and just having beautiful crosshair placement, isolating both of those picks individually. What more can you ask for the young fella?
Wonderfully done for him. Wonderfully, wonderfully done. That headshot on Slacks was crispy, and that was enough. Third tactical still taken by Team 1, though, because, again, it came down to a clutch there, Dwayne. Like, that was a set piece. I think there was a bit of a gap with some of the smokes as well. I don't think they're 100% confident with some of the strats here on Mirage.
Yeah, it's just that they're under so much fire where they're not being able to clear out the bomb sites, because for Sprout, we're seeing the smokes going down for the T side, and they're just pushing forward of it. It just see the way that Dennis is pushing through the bench smoke, then he gets back out, looks out to connector, and that whole situation relies on almost a 1v3 clutch with a player that's on 27 points of health. There's really not a lot to work with, but Team 1, it's a big round to win.
Util flashes over. Position, the AK is watching. Cressy falling back into passive positions from the B side. It's passive in general from Team 1 once again on this default. They will lean in towards mid, which is completely uncontested from Sprout, because they're contesting spawn instead.
Yeah, Farfan's done this before, but it all just comes down to, do they detect it, or does it just get snuck in again? But even if he waits here, right, if they regroup back towards T-Spawn, he's going to hear all the footsteps.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, he's going to get checked by XNS. He does get killed off, so Farvan is forced to retreat, concede his position, which is at least something here for Team 1. They lose the man advantage, and they've read actually the split playing from Connector as well. They've seen Pesadello, and Team 1 will go for the split into this.
Yeah, Flash comes in, doesn't actually spray up, so they don't know that he's there, but they've got the idea and the inkling that it is. As Farfan's still aggressive out from Palace, he needs to get assistance down for Slacks.
Smoke down at Connector jungle and stairs once again, not towards CT. The AWP shot misses out, the flash goes over, and now their teammate's going to push forward with that utility to get to the site. Regardless, Slacks picks up his kill back in, sees the head of another man. Morbs and Pesadello can get 2 responses. That AWP has seen the shadow, though, and I think the PRT is aware of that. Slow facing, the jump out towards the site. They'll spray manically and flash their way forward, trying to get a bit of breathing room for the bomb. But still, Farvan is in Palace. Chance to deny a plant here. No Mobs. Actually going to get swung on by Slacks, who's stuck past the likes of PRT. Gets his trade in. Farvan runs a responsive back and looks for his double up to make it a triple overall and claim 10 for the CT side.
Now, Farfan was just a guy as well that really kind of came out of nowhere. He was playing for what, that Euronic side before he came into Sprout. He's been here a little while now, but really the last 12 months, 18 months, he's been a class player, and he's showing it here in the best of 3 series. And just the way in which, yeah, he does bait his teammates a little bit, like he doesn't swing out on the early contact, but he makes up for it because he gets 3 in the entire round. He gets the last 2 to get that 2v2 together on the retake.
Team 1 just continue to struggle here. Time after time, they have had a difficult time about this. 2 AWPs on Spiddy and Slacks. AUGM foreign from us. Smokes down, Slacks looking up. Doesn't see anything at all. Oh, he just detected PRT. What an adjustment there from the AWPer.
Oh, that's a great find. And look at the rotations. They can have 3 on B.
The second AWP looking in for Spiddy's part. Mobs will take him down. Cressy still with a FAMAS on site. Is heavily pressured and surrounded. Gets away with 1 kill, but Dennis is there with the AUG in the back. Gets a frag in. Looks for his second. Can't quite land it. Dink on Maluki to 2 HP. The bomb can go down from here, and the nade only got him for 1.
Oh, Slacks, they don't know about him out from the short position, but no one's really peeking on this T side.
Maluki's so aggressive here. Pesadello's going to be the man. The AK loses the fight as the kills come in simultaneously. And Sprout continue to extend. Team 1 are getting closer and closer to the line on some of these rounds, but they're just unable to get that final push together, Dwayne. Like, what's going on? What do they have to do?
They're cracking under pressure. It's not something that you could turn around and have an answer for. It seems like so many of these post plants, the CTs are just in really great positions. What a shot to start off that round for Slacks. Coming quickly in, and just when there's a bit of a shoulder bait, just a bit of an info gathering play in that 2v2 post plant, the NWP still hits the second.
And I love it how Slacks, even in the midst of all the chaos of the utility, the smokes, the flashes all popping, he still registered the footsteps and was just like, done. Like, that's really just an incredible AWP play from him. Rightfully deserving of the mantle of the role. Speedy's been doing fantastic with a secondary AWP. The only player that's really popping off right now for Team 1 at the moment is Molbs, and I kind of feel like Team 1 might have already checked out of this series here, Dwayne.
Yeah, it's possible. Really is. And for both of these teams coming into this game, 4-game losing streak, not really a lot of positive things to say about either of the two in terms of recent form. But so far in map 3, all we can say is Sprout.
Yeah, they have just... Like, any doubts that we had coming into this map have been removed at this stage.
Yeah.
Like, and Team 1 better have a monstrous comeback, I think, in the second half. They might have to rely on the second half to get themselves something in this series. Else they could be eliminated from IEM Cologne on day 2. AKs and a Galil out. Of course, double orb set up here for Sprout. Set to the defaults. Mid control's been gained.
I love that there's no cockiness too. There's no overly aggressive plays. There's no, we lose the opening man advantage. Don't worry, we'll get them in the next round. They're taking it just so methodically, and that's really how it does have to be, especially when you're in a lower bracket in a big name event.
Smoke between the snipers. Nest Pesadello. Let's go back down with Molotov as well. Suppress them for the moment as the T side start walking up and into the apartments. It's Spiddy set with the first contact. Flash misses, he gets the kill on Moldry. Faces, does not get PRT though. 4 on 4. AUG watching, play across back, tagged up on a man as Slacks gets involved. His own AWP pick elsewhere on the map. Dennis has found Pesadello. He's seen that backstab. They're going to converge on this. Slacks going to keep his eyes on the AWP as the murder hole play comes in. Dennis picks up his frag. So well read there. So well caught by Sprout. And now Cressy in the midst of smoke. Maluki's going to get this bomb down, I think. He's seen his man. He actually whiffs the chance. The PRT, but it's an opportunity back here on the post plant.
It's going to take a little bit of time for Fafa to get in position, but PRT, he's still aggressive. He needs more.
Oh my God, he's going to face on all 3. Line up the spray. No, he only gets 1. That could have been it right there for him. And Maluki now with the AWP held back to the site. 2 to find on this clutch. They have kits. They have an AWP and an AK. Time's running shorter. As the seconds tick by, they're in up too deep. Facing, shot out, third frag. Misses the shot again. So close towards his double. I think he knows that he's won it. I think he knows that he's stalled for time. And I think Slacks realizes that as well. He still falls. All 5 players fall for Team 1. But they have another round.
Time wasting. That was the key in that post plant right there. Something they haven't really been able to do before because typically Sprout have just been so quick in rotates that they just come straight into the site as soon as that bomb gets planted. And you look at that situation and think PRT... I mean, the guts, really, to push forward of that market door smoke. And while he may have only just got 1 more kill in that round, it just set Maluki up.
But to think he could have had a 3-man spray down right in market, that could have been massive, I think, for Team 1. The win itself is massive in the round, though, because look at the buybacks here for Sprout. We've been paying little attention to the economy over the course of these last few rounds. You would have thought that Sprout would have had all the money in the world, considering how many rounds they've won so far. But no, 3 Deagles, SMG, and Scout.
Even this, though, depending on how slow they can run the clock, try and just force as much of this util forward as possible. Double players out towards the underback position on the A side, but Team 1 is the opening man advantage. Dennis! Oh, they've got to know he's around here somewhere.
Oh, he still gets the shot on the first man. Runs right past the second, but cannot connect the kill. Will they detect Farven, though? He's been playing here before, and he catches up a frag on the 1 man, not the second. Deagle and Spiddy spam back, and Cressy follows suit. It's now on Maluki again to clutch. How has Sprout pulled this off? Bomb dropped in the open. Maluki's got to go back for it first and foremost. He's seen it now, and the CTs know where he is.
It all just comes down to trying to use this util, do as much chip damage as possible, taking a little bit of a fight, not looking to get that bomb down straight away, and that's the 12-3 half in for Sprout. What a CT basis.
And what a basis for Team 1 to carry momentum forward, but can they get their own CT basis? They need to have a massive comeback in the second half after the break. Well, Team 1 give it up in the second half of this final map of the best of 3. Sprout have pulled ahead by a ridiculous margin, Dwayne, and Team 1 needs to come out of the gate swinging right here on the pistol round. Like they just need to find something ridiculous.
Well, already we're just seeing the smoke straight towards the A side, and for Sprout, doesn't seem like there's any messing about. They're going straight to A.
Here we go, Palace dive. Maluki seeing what's coming out here, gets some tags off, but gets gooshed down on a player that just flew straight out into the A site. The bomb plant will be secured. Slack sees what's going back at the CT spawn, trying to catch that man. Flash forward is going to be evaded by the majority of those T-side players. Damage done, XNF will end up falling, and Slacks continues facing around the corner. PRT comes up with his picks. Nade Stacks doing damage, no kills found against the Sprout side though. Maluki drops with Dennis jumping around the corner, and Farvan close here at danger. Sees one player top of Digger Booth, taps desperately, can't get his kills. Dennis there to get 2 of his own right. Pesadelo falls towards Speedy, and PRT 1v4, no chance to hell. Pistol for Sprouts.
Ah, jeez. And that was really, I want to say that the only chance to see a bit of a comeback coming through for Team 1 is converting the pistol. And in the last 3 months, the most one-sided performance we've ever seen on Mirage from Sprout was a 16-10 up against Azako Boars in this season of Premier. We could see this going a lot more than just 16-10.
First tactical timeout called for Sprout, by the way. They have not needed one this entire game. They have done fantastic. And you can see in that scoreline, the pistol going their way, T1. Back on the Deagles, which, to be fair, in this next round, they have done lots with it in the past. Is this going to be one of those rounds, though?
It has to be. It's not even a conversation of can it be. It has to be. When you're down 3-13, it's all or nothing. And for Sprout, you just wonder like where this confidence came from after how close map 1 and map 2 were.
Yeah, Team 1 really contested in this match. They have not held much together at all. We need to find a response. I'd say ideally right now is their best chance to do so. Try and reset the money line for Sprout. Push them back onto single round loss bonus. Start getting your own decent buys in. Force back on their own force buys. Start pulling ahead.
And maybe even making a bit of a risk in a round like this. A bit of a gamble stack. Just try and see if you can overwhelm a site completely. Sprout going back to almost the same sort of setup as the pistol, just going into the A site, grouping up outside of Palace and Ramp.
Deagle watching here for XNS. Utility coming down, tapping forward, seeing at least one player. Smokes inbound immediately down towards Connector Jungle. The actual Connector Jungle smoke actually missed out there from Sprout, so there's a big old gap that the CT is going to exploit here. Mac 10's in, Molotov will try to have a bit more position away, but Maluki still gets caught in the midst of that smoke, and now Cressley realizes what he's just walked into. There's no one there to punish him though, so the CTs remain passive.
Now they've got to save. I really think in this 3 versus 5, even though they've done damage onto Cressley, there's just no way this is possible.
We'll have a full eco in the next round regardless. The problem is, of course, is the fact that Sprout are going to start closing in here on the victory. Citadelo gets one good frag back at least. The bomb's been seen. XNS peeks in, gets Farman next up, so a bit more of a winnable scenario, but it's now time for the retake.
2v3, try and see if they can just get something out of this. And really, for the T side, they're playing it so cautiously. No one's really peeking. No one's really over-facing.
Oh, Pesadelo's found his way on towards the danger box position, but out in the open, it was only a matter of time before Slack swung, got that kill. XNS with another good pick back of his own right, but cannot land a third. Had Spinny gone down, that would have been doable, but it was never doable from the start. 14-3, Sprout. Now we're on the anti-eco.
G-Force again, though. I look at this situation, you would expect an anti-eco, but you're down 3-14. Do you want to be playing for OT?
I mean, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario, because you're forced in, you're forcing 2 more rounds if you lose it. Eco here, and at least you have a decent buy going into round 15, but, oh, sorry, going into the 15-3, but that's still 15-3, that's still 12 rounds in a row. Like, it's an impossible one to decide which is the better strategy here for Team 1, because there is no better strategy. They both have their own negatives and very harsh ones at that. XNS will kick things off with his Deagle and Hadley's getting Farvan. Mold will turn his USP into Dennis, so at least the pistols are doing damage.
Now, this looks okay. A couple of weapons that could be saved in and recovered out from this ramp position. It will force the T's into the apartments where there is a Deagle waiting, but it is low HP.
Waiting here back at the bench. Will they check him? Will he sneak a kill in? Will he be able to sneak a clutch in? That would be ideal. Cressy, 2 shots missed against him way too far wide, so now they've claimed the B site.
Yeah, Team 1 just hoping to get a little bit more out of this, but saving onto a couple of AKs could be everything.
AK sprays through Mob, turns his AK into Spitty and doubles up on Cressy, and now the retake's most certainly on. Slacks does pick apart the pistol player, see back towards Malbs, who makes it a quadra. You highlighted him for good reason. He's top fragging for Team 1 in this matchup, and he's just gone in with a huge, huge play that gets them a big, big eco victory to stay alive.
Hey, you wouldn't imagine that. 4 kills, couple of AKs being saved in with a round that really does not have a lot of investment behind it at all. And that now makes things pretty awkward for the money line for Sprout too. In a situation where they don't have a massive amount at all, and well, the stack on A, it led to those rifles being picked up, and the Malbs just did heavy lifting.
So well done here with this AK. Really good sequence. And again, Malbs becoming the main man. I mean, even Maluki's dropped off a little bit in this matchup, so needing someone to step up, and it had to be him. Sprout on the eco because they've got so many rounds to work with, they can throw this one away and still be in a confident position against Team 1. M4s and AK swinging out towards mid-control as they attack onto the T-side line, find 3 kills between them. Slacks does get a kill on Pesadillo at least, so there's one to respond towards. Deagle picked up and dropped by Marbles very quickly, leaving it Spitty alone in on the pass.
Just hoping for anything, but not to be Malbs. He's showing up a little bit here on the City side, and well, really, when you compare him to anyone else on the team in this map in particular, he's the only one delivering.
Yeah, that's the big problem, I think. You know, we talk about stars and individuals who can become very capable players of their own right in the context of teams, but it's still in the context of a team. You know, if there's one guy that's really doing all the heavy lifting, then you're not going to get very far. So I feel like that might have been something that's hurt Team 1 over the course of Mirage. Double AWP set up at least coming in from the CT side, of course, forced to invest into the rifles in for Sprout. Slight gap in that smoke for Pesadillo to work with. He hasn't seen anything, though. I think Sprout are aware of this.
Yeah, Pesadillo just trying to see if he can work with this util, just get a bit of a dry face up the top mid. Timing doesn't quite work out, but Maluki does bail him a little bit.
Nice open up. PRT waiting for his AWP pick on Cressy. Seeing the shoulder. Oh, a bit too close towards it. The wide face coming in at the perfect moment, so they at least get the information and bait in the shot, but they don't capitalize on the kill.
Okay, this is a decent start here for Team 1. They haven't been able to give up that opening duel back over towards the T side. Spitty and co with the bomb just starting to make a little bit more of an aggressive move out to connector. No one's really got eyes on this.
Starting to push up here to the A site. It's only really X and S that can do anything about this. Maluki's AWP will go ahead and try and rejoin him, but they basically conceded here. The bomb can go down. Oh, hold on. Hold on, Malbs. We've seen one. Spray goes awry. He knows that they're in connector right now, but he can't really do anything about it.
And now that's going to pull the attention for the T side back over to that short position, try and see if they could deal with Malbs. The AWP could get pushed on, though.
Spray on, and the AWP does fall. Kill for Malbs once again, making it a double with Maluki chiming in with the AWP. Video left alone. 1v5 clutch for him. He's got the bomb in his back, but his back's turned to XNS. So, Team 1 finding some confidence now, finding a decent level here in the CT side. And that's really what they need here, Dleg, but it needs to be so much more than decent. It needs to be good.
It all just comes to round by round, just being able to get survival round after survival round, and whatever happens, just don't let Sprout get to 15, because as soon as they get to 15, they're just going to take it over the line. 8 rounds, the deficit, money, not going to be here for the Sprout side. So another eco coming in. This could be a 7th.
Deagles need to do some damage here, but XNS and Pesadillo combined to get the opening kill on Spitty immediately, so no time wasted on that kill. In the area on Farven, forced them forward. XNS continues to sprays, captures the man off to make it a 5 versus 3 scenario, so picks easy, 2 more out towards apartments. PRT's ready for that. Team 1 should mop up the round.
Yeah, PRT has been baited a little bit out towards the apartments, and well, it does happen again.
All right, and he missed the second shot. Okay, oh no, they've got the B side control. Trying to pick back over towards the A site in all 3 versus 3 scenario. Nades coming in close, but not getting the kill onto Cressy, staying alive at 21 points of health. An M4 in Dennis's hands, but they've got to get that backstab involved. Flax is all picked up. Oh no, oh no, the backstabs come in, and Moles with it all to do again. Another clutch for him in this one to save them from losing to an eco round, from conceding match point to an eco round. The AWP Slax rounds the corner, sees his man, gets his pick in. 15-6, not like this Team 1.
It's heartbreaking. It really is, because when you feel like a team is starting to gain momentum when they're on the back foot and they're trying to come to really closing the distance, if it happens to a rifle round, fair play. Okay, it happened. But when it's an eco, there's no excuses. There's no exception.
You talked about the AWP in apartments being baited quite a lot, and you can see how easily that mistake was punished, not just onto him, but onto the entire B site. 9 match points for Team 1 to make up against Sprout, lest they be going home. And Dennis has started off with a frag in mid. Orba Maluki can respond, swing back towards his man. Can't see him past the stack though, so he's got no info to play with. Almost catching Spitty, but he is forced back.
And Mouse is still aggressive up from mid, looking to take a little bit of a contact duel onto Dennis. Far from just playing quite deep and passive into ramp, and Mouse is now making a move forward.
Walking up M4, past that smoke, hoping to receive something, but so far so little given up by the Sprout side. Cressy with a Molotov. Getting on towards the balcony and out towards the van position as well. Malves is going to force forward, see nothing in the mid control, so they might have some info to work from now.
Yeah, Dennis just being able to clear out all these close quarter positions, just making sure that there are no CTs pressed aggressively. I'm looking at the util though, Jay, and CTs, they don't have a massive amount of it.
Less than a minute to go. Rely entirely on the duels here for the defensive side. Dennis holding with the AWP. Maluki, off-angle position, he'll put his smoke up there. One of the crucial smokes being utilised to suppress a very important player here on the Sprout camp. 30 seconds, and the walkout towards mid has come through.
Yeah, Spinny's got to try and pull the distraction. At least take this duel onto the AWP, assisting towards the A take.
Maluki's turned away from it, though. Looking back into Sniper's Nest, this could be the worst timing in the world for him. Teammate under Balk. Flashbang out towards ramp, looks in, man's been seen, looks back to Connector, gets the kill on Speedy alongside XNS, doubling up here, and Maluki turns his AWP to Dennis, and they just hold the round together. It was looking a little bit awkward and down to single digits of HP for both players, but they hold the round, and that's what's important.
Just a little bit slow there for the T's. They just slow that whole round down. Speedy out from Con, doesn't really find too much space to work with. And as soon as that distraction comes out with util from Ramp and Palace, he looks up and then straight away, before he repositions the stairs, what does he do? Look to Connector.
Gives up the ghost for only a moment. Very wonderfully done there from him, I have to say. Deagle's back in again for the eco round for Sprout. Scout also there for Slacks, but he's dealt with immediately by Mob, so wasting no time getting rid of the only rifle they had. Sparvan's going to pick it back up, but he's going to fall just as quickly. Mold's the triple and a quadra. Biddy doesn't quite give him the ace. Maluki steals it, but it doesn't matter. Again, it's an anti-eco win for Team 1, and that's all they need to focus on, just getting the wins, getting the rounds on the board. They are within 7 of overtime.
I think it's realistic that they can get to double digits. It's one of those difficult ones because expectations of course, winning the game, but when you're down 8 to 15, you can't force mistakes. You've really just got to be playing absolutely perfect Counter-Strike here on out. And for Sprout, they're going to just keep coming back with buy round after buy round after buy round.
Yeah, and that's the issue, I think, for Team 1, is the fact that any one mistake is going to cost them so dearly. Maluki picks up the kill on Farven to start off, so at least no mistakes are being made here in these early rounds, and now they're starting to get some early rounds together. Remember, the main strength for Team 1 was all in those training games back on map number 1, and to a certain extent map number 2 as well. One of the opening picks, Sprout are the ones who have to find the response.
This lurkout from the apartments, if it's timed well, could catch one of the B-side players just sleeping a little bit. Flash out towards ramp, that's going to push further forward.
Get information that nobody's out here. Attack in from the connector control. Dennis with a wild spray on Maluki, doing damage past the danger box, and his peek aways allow him to reposition towards default into a bit more of a harder cover angle. Looks above that smoke that you just put up, and Dennis had no idea. He gets killed off now. 2 players down for Sprout.
They are struggling to close a little bit here now, Sprout. Even into the rifle round, into round 24. They haven't found a massive amount of success. Yeah, they do damage onto Maluki. Even XNS just aggressive, though, in from ramp. And I mean, he could just be the contact guy and force the rotates over from B.
All 3 players here into the spawn. XNS, what can he do? What can he get out of this? His teammates thinking of rotating away towards the spawn area. Player seen, the spray goes awry. Quick moves back in for Maluki, going to look for the AWP pick. He's flashed off position, still steals Slacks away from play, which might just be enough here, I think. Team 1, 3-on-2 advantage here for the retake, but the bomb's got to go down here, 17 seconds to do so. And they could also push him from CT to the Nida plant if it goes down at default or in the open. Cressley, oh, he's found 2 kills. And Pesadelo gets faced in upon. And Sprout will win it 16-8 on map 3.
Wow, what a way to close out like that in a round in which they're down by 1. The 2v3 coming through.